This right here, this is reality today, man. This is reality. This is happy. This is happy. This is happy. Realness challenge, day 25. Taking you guys on a little run. And, oh, it's so beautiful. It's beautiful, not just visually, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I know that's a little hippy-dippy, but for me, man, before there was church, this was church. And all I can say on that subject is so many people I don't even think have one church concept, let alone two, right? But to kind of be out in the overwhelming, power of nature and its beauty and sort of live with just the tiniest bit of curiousness as to what might happen and to just appreciate coming around bends that you don't know. And I mean, I don't mean to be over dramatic. I'm just on the outskirts of a neighborhood. But earlier, I was pretty far in the backwoods before I came out into this spot, and seeing a lot of tracks, knowing that there are all kinds of animals. Gotta get up here. All kinds of animals out here, and not really knowing their habits or whatnot, right? So just that element, as well as coming along this ridge line, which is pretty safe now, but a while ago was really icy. And, just the things your mind does, or at least my mind, except for me posting this video or sharing this video and then posting it, which is not a very present action, because I'm focused on what I'm telling you guys and not as close on where my feet are stepping. Like, that's a dog. That's got to be a dog print. That's a big ass dog print. Anyway, being present with where your foot is going to step and trying to maintain a certain level of confidence while you're navigating the technical nature of the trail. I realized early on this run, I should have put my Solomons on, because they have more aggressive tread. They'll hold the ground better. But that ship sailed. So now what will I do if I slide, and just sort of thinking about that, but not obsessing about it. Just creating a plan and then moving on. And I really liked what was talked about in the podcast I listened to yesterday with Rich Roll around habits. And he talked about athletes, and he mentioned, what's his name? Brett Favre, and a certain play where it was super crazy and chaotic, and he made the play, and they broke down the play, and we're saying, this guy who wrote a book about how to develop good habits and how to kill bad ones, he's like, you reach a point where you have to get certain activities to be habitual so that you can then be present for the variables that would trip most people up. And I just love that, man. I love running on the trails and in the snow because, for one, I really enjoy it. I love being out in nature, but for another, I used to hate hills and I was scared of snow. I'm not from Utah. Snow is new. I don't know what's beneath the snow. Like people that are scared of the ocean if they can't see the bottom, or a lake or a river, right? Which honestly is something I also struggle with. But, and then slowly over time, I'm still scared of snow, but I've developed a habit of, technical development. Nothing superhuman, right? But just a focus and a discipline. And I'm eating it. I'm gonna eat it. Oh shit. Mud is slipperier than the snow. And that's a good point too. I used to be afraid of snow, so I'd run in the mud. I've since learned, especially fresh snow, that's where the traction is. The mud is slippery and wet and melty. So I have better traction in the snow, of all things. Crazy concept. But anyway, I've developed a habit that has allowed me to now focus on other challenges and other concerns, and made this part of it, my running adventures in the snowy trails, a little less that I have to think about. And so I'm really kind of grateful for that. Oh shit. And I'm completely surprised that I have not biffed it yet. Whoa, holding my phone while doing this. Anyway, I'm on the backside of Draper. Discovered this series of trails completely by accident. And so, in fact, for anybody that's watching and lives out here, that's where I am. All right, so that's my realness challenge for today. It's just getting out and being out where I'm happiest. And yesterday I talked about fear and pain. This is my follow-up medicine for that. I have a lot of distraction towards what's going on with my niece and a lot of things I can't control. And so I'm doing a couple things about that. I'm trying to push into my friends and their needs, and as well as my brother, of course. And I'm trying to get out and touch the face of fear in some different ways that are healthy, so that I can just be prepared, help myself slowly be prepared, for the things that I can't necessarily control and that drive me insane. So that's what I got today. Hope you all have a great day, and talk to you tomorrow.